welcome back, welcome back. I just want to get through the story now. I think what I'll probably do is turn on difficult modes for the boss fights and try and rush the story as much as possible, because I am kind of done. I'm over 100 hours in, and I've still got 3 chapters of this game left. It's just too long, and combat it's just no longer interesting. Hold on, before I do, so difficulty controls, easy. Because yeah, I just kept turning the difficulty up, but blah. Invincible Kingdom still on. Okay, cool. Right, Your Royal Highness, welcome to the Rushlight Tournament. My name is Nunzio Arpaia, and I have the honour of being His Highness King Iravete's Master of Ceremonies. You could say the organisation of this tournament rests on my shoulders. If you need anything, I'm at your disposal. Well, tell me about the Rushlight. Since starting his reign over Pitax, His Highness King Iravete has held his tournament once in several years, inviting guests from the high society of nearby kingdoms to attend. Today we have guests from Dagomar, Mivan, Gralton and Timon. Unfortunately, Brevoy did not honour us with their representatives. It's entirely possible that recent events and the stressful political climate have put them in a less than festive mood, but we're pleased to have Your Highness in attendance for the first, and I hope not the last, time this year. Ready to participate in the Fisher's Triathlon. Let's begin. Trumpet sounded over the arena, announcing the commencement of the Fisher's Triathlon. We were to distinguish ourselves in 3 sports, we could call them Dutch. You be the judge, dear reader. The first round was fish carrying, if you can believe it. They built narrow bridges over pits of mud and placed barrels on either end, one side filled with fish, the other side empty. The goal was to get all the fish from one side to the other, barehanded, without falling into the mud. I'm sure this is just what you imagine for a royal tournament. Throwing fish at your opponents was prohibited. There was one unofficial but well understood rule of the tournament: don't get caught. We had to decide which of us would participate, as well as how far we want to play. So, you do an athletics check, but I need to hit 20 to pass it, or a stealth check. Yeah, let's just throw fish at our opponents. Competing honestly among such company would be more embarrassing than losing. And so Octavia ran across the bridges with heaps of fish in her arms. She definitely tossed a fish beneath the feet of Goldson, who slipped. And people around here are driving ridiculous cars. Who slipped and fell into the mud. Another fish found its way right to the Dagomar competitor's forehead, sending him down alongside the Grolsoner. Judge didn't notice a thing. We won the first round. The second round was untying knots. Competitors would be tied up on poles resembling shipmasts and had to escape the ropes. We once again had to make a choice. Trickery. To compete honestly. Go on, Octavia. Well, hey. The mast was tall, the knots were tight, and the ropes stank, but Octavia didn't give up. She snaked out of the ties and stood triumphantly before the judges, while the other participants were still wriggling in the ropes like flies in a spiderweb. A victory, and an honest one at that. We'd won 2 out of 3 rounds. We seemed to have our victory in the bag, but with the rivals we were dealing with, there was no time to relax. The last round of the tournament was diving for river pearls. Huge tubs were filled with mussels in river water, and some empty jars had been placed on sets of scales. We'd have to open the mussels with our bare hands, gather the pearls and deposit them in our team's jar. Of course, if playing fair wasn't a priority, we could try weighing down the jar with other things as well. We tried to cheat extensively, get all our rivals disqualified. I succeeded and got 61,000 XP. The pinnacle of cunning is to make it seem like everyone else is cheating while coming out completely clean yourself. Well, each of our rivals tried adding a stone or two to their jars. Octavia did add a few handfuls of mud to each of theirs. In the end, Our team's jar came out the lightest, but the others were so heavy the judges decided to check their contents for authenticity. Oh, how the crowd laughed when our opponent's jars poured out stones and mud, while our jar contained only pearls. It was a complete triumph. Every team but ours was disqualified, and we were awarded the victory by default. Oh, that was a decent round of XP. Look at that. My cleric has caught up. He's now level 14. No feats this time round, but what spells might I get? Nothing. 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 Alright, saved. Turn it back in real time with pause. Ready to participate in the boasting competition. Tournament continued with a boasting contest. First participant, a man from Daggermark, stepped up to the podium and told a raunchy story about him sneaking into a temple of Callistra and seducing all the priestesses, including the high priestess, in a single night. The crowd was particularly amused by the suggestive glance he kept casting toward one of the guests from Timon. She simply smiled mysteriously in response. The second participant was a guest from Grolto, who told a completely implausible tale about his travels across other planes, where he battled undead hordes and defeated a blood-curdling monster. He was an average storyteller at best. He'd be lucky to get a C for the story at the Academy. But the listeners were inexplicably elated. Suspicious, we took a closer look at the crowd and, of course, we spotted a bard using some tricks of the trade, and likely a little magic to aid the Grolto man's performance. We pointed out the cheating to the good judges. All failed. It was a waste of time though. The judges completely ignored the cheating, and in time we took trying to convince them. The participant from Grolton finished his story and stepped down to the podium to audience applause. Then it was Pitax's turn. The kingdom's honour was represented by Anamede Bellavara, a sweet-voiced singer whose smile could win over the most withered of hearts. Oh, Anamede. But while her voice was smoother than silk, her words stung like arrows. With a soft smile, Anamede told everyone how she'd spent 6 months in our kingdom learning our secrets, instigating a riot. Of course, the honest trade of the bard and the shady dealings of the spy often go hand in hand, but oh, Anamede, who could have expected such an ugly blow from such a lovely lady? She described, in surprising and exceptionally critical detail, how much citizens of our young state suffered under the atrocities of the troll assaults and the magic plague. She never stooped to actual lies, but she made it sound as though our king, Baron at the time, was simply drinking and debauching while subjects struggled. She made our crusade against Mordecai look like a cunning contest of Varnhold, and the war of the Tiger Lords was characterised as an irresponsible venture. Talk about cruel earth here. When Anamede finished and left the stage, it was our turn to perform. And what feats did our participant decide to tell in her performance? We regaled them with tales of our victories over the Stag Lord, the Trolls, Mordecai and Armagh. Come on. Right, why can't I choose Lindsay? There we go. Jeez, we succeeded. It wasn't easy getting the crowd excited for this story. They were all glorious feats, of course, but that was the problem. The audience had already heard them time and time again. Lindsay used all the eloquence she could bring to bear to breathe new life into these old stories. The audience hung on her every word, sometimes laughing uncontrollably, sometimes holding their breath to avoid missing anything. Lindsay finally brought the story to an end, and the viewers gave her a standing ovation as she left the podium. The woman from Timon, the priestess of Callistra, went last. She told stories of her love affairs in faraway countries and on other planes, casually mentioning an unpleasant disease she contracted over her journeys and took her a long time to get rid of. Hearing that, the participant from Daggermark paled and grabbed at his belt, bringing roaring laughter from the rest of the audience. And finally, the judges announced the winner, Lindsay. She walked up the podium to thunderous applause and took another bow. Okay, how did that fail? Okay, I failed. I failed a quest. It's a shame. Okay, so that was a... Gonna eavesdrop. Although the two huddle near one another, their voices only occasionally rising above the ambient laughter and music, you're able to overhear the rest of their conversation. I don't quite know what you're up to, eh, Ma, but I know that look, you're planning something dangerous. This isn't the time, you know. There's something harsh about it. Look around you, Talwyn. This celebration is just more blood and sport to cover for the ongoing troubles. And we've both helped shepherd it along. This isn't the future we had planned for. It's all the fates have dealt. Can we really stand by? You know how harsh justice is these days. I've seen it with my own eyes. It would crush me to see noble intentions harming good people, especially like you. I appreciate those feelings, I do. But what Pit X needs is action, and I intend to act. It's a rare day that life emulates screenplays, Your Highness. Could it be that heroes have arrived in the people's time of need? Oh, heroism. That's exactly what we do. See that symbol on his clothing? That marks him as a member of the Red Crescent Theatre in Pitax, a fellow artist. Imagine the stories we could write together. What seems to be the problem? I first arrived here 5 years ago, answering King Iravetti's call for artists and actors to make Pitax a new crucible for the arts. Admittedly, the king dedicated plenty of money to building new theatres and schools. Art only thrives, though, when there are visitors and patrons to pay for it. That's where Iravetti's failed. The Pitax River is our lifeline, connecting us to the outside world. River pirates know it, and they prey upon incoming travellers. You might think the king would thwart these pirates and defend his people, but he's not. He's only sent escorts to protect key shipments, leaving everyone else to the pirates' depredations. This tournament, it hides how we suffer from the king's inaction. Now the king's soldiers cannot or will not vanquish the villains. What happens in the stories? That's right, heroes step in. Numerous victims have told me of the attacks, and I've pieced together the approximate location of the pirates' camp. If you can ambush and defeat them, traffic will flow, commerce will thrive, and you'll command the adoration of the boatmen, dock workers, artists, and more. Naturally, I'm prepared to write a play dramatising your exploits. What do you say? Yeah, let's do it. Then it's settled. I'll write down the directions real quick, and when you're done, meet me in Pitax so I can hear your account. No doubt the magistrate will be pleased to stop getting piracy complaints too. I hope you'll arrive in time to see my latest production. Speaking of which, I'm already late to oversee its rehearsal. That's more like it. Let's go crash these pirates. And we better not waste time here. I don't like Pitax or its people. Everyone's always trying to cheat me or swindle you or drag you into something cunning, scumbaggery. Consider this a little preview. Good hunting. So we've got to do a traditional drunken melee. Explore the dungeon. I'm not going to do that on easy mode. I feel kind of like kind of just cheating, isn't it? Okay, there's river pirates. In fact, actually, yeah. Alright, I've changed my mind. Let's put everything back to how it was before I messed around with it. There we go. So it's tougher than normal. I'm just in a bad mood because I'm really tired. I think it's okay to accept stuff like this as a way of being.
In due time.
Kind of want to explore the whole map, really. Is that available to explore? Maybe it is. Well, let's go to Nunzio. Let's do the next part of the quest. Let's talk to Nunzio. I'm ready to participate in the drunken melee.
Their life ends here. This will hurt.
Huh.
Yeah! You should have run!
I mean, will they actually be able to hit me? Oh, okay. My AC is actually quite low. But then again,
Strike!
it's not really anything I can do, so he's actually being beaten by that guy. I'm gonna start fighting this one. That guy's just got decked.
This will hurt!
He's fighting that one as well. Oh, he's been decked. Right.
You
Good time.
should have run!
Come on, Pitax.
Strike!
Yes, his Highness is just about to make a speech next to me. When I look, everyone's gathering around now.
Lords and ladies, another Rushlight tournament has come to an end. I'd like to thank all of you who honored this event with your presence. My friends, I'm happy to see all of you, but I'd like to give a special welcome to one guest who found themselves invited here for the first time. Today, we had the Baron, no, excuse me, it's King now, isn't it? Of a majority of what was once the Stolen Lands. Thank you for coming, my darling. I can call you that, right? I thank you with all my heart. I first learned of him from my friend Stefano Mosconi. To be honest, his report was less than flattering. Impassable swamps, monsters galloping about, and a complete absence of any valuable resources. Nothing more than a dirty hole ruled by another bandit lord, hardly worthy of your attention. That's what he wrote back then. I'm so happy he was wrong.
I don't trust this guy at all.
Truth be told, even now, traveling that domain is a less than pleasurable experience. Some roads have appeared, but their safety leaves much to be desired. Take the sad story of a poor Toman Henvaki from Gralton. He set off to those lands and hasn't been seen since. His brother Edrist went to find the poor fellow, and what happened? The Baron found the body in the blink of an eye. Almost as though it was stored in his cellar.
Oh dear.
And the hunt the Baron put on, clearly imitating my tournament, it was beyond description. While guests were out hunting hydras and owl bears, the latter came from behind and ate at the banquet table, along with all the servants. Some celebration, right?
I'm flattered by your borderline disturbing attention to my persona. Why don't we include you in the discussion as well? For example, I heard a amusing story from students from your academy.
Right. Yes. I did get a bit carried away, didn't I? All I really wanted to get at was that His Highness is a personage truly as extraordinary as his land.
Oh, his gate's being a bit weird today. There you go.
And I'm happy to see him at this celebration. And now it's time to announce the winner of the tournament. This year, all 3 contests were won by guests from one kingdom. I'm not sure what charms, tricks, or divine intervention helped him, but let's hear it for the winner! Your Highness, if you please. I know you're not exactly a master of ceremonies, but please try to say something articulate to my guests.
Your Highness, dear guests, attending this tournament was a great honour and a true pleasure. Thank you all for an unforgettable day.
And now, with the competition over and the prize awarded, let's get on with the main part of the celebration. The banquet! I can hear your stomachs growling from here. Let's get to the table, and later we'll see an unforgettable fireworks show.
Okay. Interesting. Do, 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 do.
I need to catch my breath.
Of course you do, Octavia. Of course you do.
You keep making jokes.
I mean, let's put some gear on, I guess. That's a good ring. So, +4 resistance bonus to all saving throws, +4 deflection bonus to AC, spell resistance 19, damage reduction 1. Don't need that then. She's got a +3, let's give her a +4. +2. He's pretty squish. Robe of the True Master. Saving throws are pretty good. You know, look at hers. Look at mine. Flat-footed has still got pretty good AC and good touch AC. Okay. Well, I haven't been to the Dappled Quagmire. I haven't been to... Let's go and dispose of these river pirates. Let's just do it. Nope, oh, wrong way. A whole army of mean-looking guards were waiting us at Patek's gates. They were led by a pompous buffoon named Walsh Kellaway, a Pataxian magistrate no less. Leave now, your highness. King Aravetta's orders. We looked at each other and told Walsh we need to discuss a few things with him regarding the river pirates. The river pirates are Patek's concern, not yours. You would do better to mind your own kingdom, your highness. Realising we wouldn't get anything else from him, we kept what remained of our dignity and turned away. Okay. So we're not doing river pirates yet. It's Hemlock Island.
I need to catch my breath.
Our travels brought us to the little town surroundings in pursuit of the dastardly river pirates who had preyed on innocent merchants and travellers. It would have been nice to march in, knock some skulls together and call it a day, but rumours suggested we were heavily outnumbered. Even worse, the villains had set up their camp in a defensible position in sight of their boats, protected by the river on one side, a thick forest on another side, and a sticky swamp on the third. I had a bunch of sentries watching for intruders, and we were in trouble. Thank goodness for our fearless leader had a plan. We could try athletics, mobility. We began our approach by picking our way through the swamp. Before long we emerged from the swamp, our gear dripping with stagnant water. From there we could see that there wasn't one camp, there were two. The second was several hundred feet away, judging by the campfires, which meant that we could vanquish the pirates in one camp before the other could respond. We made a rustling near the reeds, hoping to lure and subdue a few sentries. Exactly the plan you read about in dashing tales, and our enemies fell right into our trap. We quietly dispatched the sentries before launching our attack on the remaining pirates.
A test of my abilities.
Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi.
Serves you right.
Aporane Sentes. Quadritium Durinos.
Tear them apart!
Turinos.
Don't hold back!
You deserved it.
You've made your choice.
Excuse me. Had myself muted for a while. Oh, cutscene. Reinforcements. A voice cuts through the din, roaring with such indignation that the fighting momentarily stops. What's going on here? Who dares attack my camp? The speaker is a suntanned woman wearing light blue travelling cloths with high boots and an embroidered heron adorns one of her sleeves. Well, this throws some sand in the clockwork. The blue outfit and heron insignia indicated this as an important member of the Riversong Trade House in Pitax. Not a pirate. In fact, I'd say that makes us look like the pirates now. She draws her weapon, takes a menacing step forward. I don't know who you are, and any patience I have to hear your excuses as short-lived as you are. You have something to say, make it good. I know you can see more combatants approaching. We have a few moments before they arrive. I have nothing to say. That sword, I can't say better. Let's just kill them all. Tavia. Oh boy, they're flat-footed. They don't stand a chance. Okay. In that case, go for it. You can do a lay on hands next round.
This spell has other uses.
Don't think that. I don't know, it worked on a couple of them.
This will hurt!
Get up in there, Grill. Destroyer. 47 damage. Go for it. 4 attacks. Tripping her up, knocking her down. Oh, you absolute beast, quite literally. No witnesses.
Any last wishes?
Whoa.
They go down!
You should have run!
gods.
I'm unseen.
Go. Whoa, missed you to concealment. I don't like that.
What's the holdup?
Let's turn that off. Right.
And Lindsay was called forth.
Let's loot.
Adventures can wait. I'm there.
Who is Amar? Let's just check everywhere just in case. You never know, you might find some loot. Let's read the quest log, I guess. Say. Also, some of that loot looked like it might be valuable. +5 to persuasion and athletics skill checks. Resist electricity 20. Let's just give her persuasion and athletics checks. It's more valuable for her than her AC. 100%.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
I can barely keep my eyes open. I might just fall asleep where I stand.
I know how you feel.
That's a welcome change.
Okay. Okay, so we were set up by Amar. We'll be hearing news from Pitax in the near future. Okay, so I could do the Stone Lands, but I'm going to wait till I'm a bit higher level. Knock knock, and the King's Return. Lost Dwarven Fortress at some point.
I need to catch my breath.
Well, if you need it to be explained, it will primarily...
Like, have I done the same thing again where I had it muted? Yeah. I'm pro streamer. Really am. Brilliant. Brilliant. I'm tired. So I watched the Book of Boba Fett latest episode. That was pretty good.
I'm there.
What's that?
Into the portal. What will we find when we go through the portal? What am I going to do when I level up next? I guess I'm going to give, I'm going to get Octavia
The shadows
more wizard levels.
in due time.
May as well.
This will be quick.
We got jumped. Oh, there she is. Leopard's dead. Octavia is... See if they can handle...
Laborane sentes. Inimosi travis.
Haste everyone. That's just tank.
Strike!
Bring it!
Octavia. That one's fallen over. There we go. Right, spell resistances are really high. Oh dear. Whoa.
This is where I step in.
So it comes to this.
Tear them apart!
I forgot about that. I didn't change that. Huh? Need to kill those Nereids.
Hey, can someone help?
Serves you right.
I'll just have to resort to brute force.
Should have a third bomb. Thank you.
Please.
Stuff has just got very real.
Magritium Turinos!
Sirocco's doing its trick still. Whoa.
Sashani Savitur!
Is always an option. This is unexpected.
Ouch. That was a tough fight. I like it. I'll have to actually think. I have to think a bit harder about how I'm going to deal with it. Okay.
I'm always ready.
I haven't used grease in a while. Right. Are these evil? I don't know.
This will hurt!
probably won't hit anyone. So in which case, Sirocco is still the go-to. That didn't work. Please don't fail. Jubilost. Hold on. Haste. Let's get fairly close and then let's hit prayer. You need to do that. Get in close. Okay. Keep going on that one. Oof. Dead. Oh.
You should have run!
How many summon things do you want to bring into this world? Shouldn't have brought her in.
Strike!
Let's try and destroy it. Hardly touched it.
Serves you right.
Oh man. Lost on egg. No, this fight's a bit too rich for my blood. Do I... Do you know, I'm tired. I will make sure that the difficulty settings are right. I don't like this whole... There we go. Moderately tougher, strengthened, naval, category train, auto, invincible kingdom. That's right. Save that. Hit save. I will come back to this. Either do this fight tomorrow and work it out, or come back when I've leveled up. Could be that it's too tough for this level. Lindsay doing a little dance. But I'll come back when I feel fresh. When it's not Friday night after I've done a 40-hour week and I'm just not in the mood, you know. I'm kind of gritting my teeth through this game at the moment, and I don't want to sort of rob myself of the chance to win some actual hard fights for once. Right? Figure out what I need to do. Anyway, till next time. Cheerio.